My sister posted, "Family beach day with the good kids." Every cousin was in the photo, except my daughter. She was 9. At home with me. We weren't invited. She saw the post. Asked, "Am I not good?" I hugged her. "You're perfect. They're not." Booked us a trip to Hawaii, $18,000. Posted every sunset beach day smile. When sister's photos got 47 likes and mine got 89K. Mom called it Cousin's Day, which meant plastic tables in her backyard, a kiddie pool on the brown patch of grass, and my sister running the show. I got there with my daughter Molly a little late because a patient had broken a crown that morning. Molly was 9 in her pink sundress, holding a drawing she'd made for Grandma. It was our family with a big blue beach and a sun with a smiley face. She'd written Grandma over the top in careful, neat letters. On the patio, my sister had lined up tote bags, navy canvas white rope handles, each with a vinyl name. Inside, I could see rolled t-shirts and bright colors. She clapped to get everyone's attention. "Okay, Good Kids Club," she sang out. "Bags for the good kids." The cousins squealed and ran up. Evan K., Jacob Max. Names were called bags, handed out photos taken. "Hold up your shirts. Turn around. Cute." Molly stood next to me with her drawing pressed to her stomach. We waited. My mouth went dry. The line ended. My sister looked right past us. "That's everybody," she said, scribbling something on her phone. Mom took the drawing from Molly without looking at it and slid it under a bowl of cut watermelon to keep it safe. "Don't make a scene, Dahlia," she murmured to me without moving her lips. I swallowed. My hands shook. I could feel the tendons in my neck go tight. I stayed quiet. Molly whispered, almost too quiet to hear, "Did they forget my name?" My sister laughed loud enough for the patio. "We didn't have extra. It's for the good kids," she said like it was a joke. A few people chuckled. My brother shrugged. One of the aunts did an uncomfortable smile and looked at her cup. Molly looked down at her sandals. I put my hand on her shoulder. I didn't explode. I stared at the navy bags and the shirts rolled up inside, and I felt something in me sit down and fold its arms. "I'm Dahlia Hansford, 37, Tacoma, Washington. I own a small dental practice on 6th Avenue. It's 3 operatories, 3 chairs me, and 2 hygienists, plus a front desk wizard named Marta. I'm a single mom. I adopted Molly from foster care when she was 5. She's quiet, gentle, and better than anyone at building ghosts out of Kleenex and tape. Money has never been something I brag about, but I'm okay. I worked a lot of Saturdays. I paid off my student loans by living above my office for 2 years and driving a 2008 Subaru with a dented bumper until it wouldn't pass emissions. I'm the one in the family who made it, so I became the one who paid. It started small. I put my mom's water bill on autopay because she kept forgetting and getting hit with $35 late fees. Then my sister's car insurance for a month when she got laid off. Then travel soccer for my nephew just until after playoffs, which turned into 2 years of $500 monthly transfers because there's always a uniform, a hotel, a tournament. I set up a family fund checking account and $7,761 because my mom would ask me for $120 for her cable, and my sister would ask me for $80 for an oil change, and my brother would text, "Can you spot me? $200 till Friday." And it was easier to put an automatic $750 in every month and let them pull from there. It made me feel organized. It made them feel entitled. We have a long-standing beach rental tradition. Every August, a big blue house at Westport for a week. The cousins run the adults, drink 2 sweet sangria on the deck. Somebody forgets sunscreen, everybody gets a goofy postcard. 4 years ago, I started just booking it myself and paying the deposit, because after a few "we'll Venmo you laters" that never showed up, it was easier on my stomach to just control it. I put the $6,800 deposit on my card in March. The remainder was due July 31st. My family has always been weird about Molly. They say it's because she's sensitive. They mean because she's adopted. They don't say it, but they do. At Christmas, there were stockings with names Jacob K., Evan Max, and for Molly, a plain red one with no name because we didn't know if you wanted it on there yet. On Grandpa's 70th, they made a family tree poster with little cutout apples. My mom said, "Let's do blood family first." And then there was no room left for Molly's apple at the end of the branch. I swallowed it. I told myself they'd get used to her. I told myself love would soften the hard spots. I also paid. I paid $1.400 for my mom's water heater when it died. I covered braces for my nephew Jacob, $5.200 at cost through my supplier, and I did all his visits on my lunch hour. I comped cleanings for everyone. I paid for my sister's teeth whitening before her engagement photos because you have that stuff in the back, right? They had nicknames I pretended I didn't hear. Dahlia the dentist said with a little smirk, "Miss, write it off when I paid for the 4th of July fireworks because my brother said they were too expensive, but then posted an Instagram story of his new Yeti cooler. Moneybags when I offered to bring a Costco sheet cake and then came with a bakery cake because I wanted my mom to have something pretty with real buttercream instead of vegetable oil." This summer, my sister made a group chat called Beach Week 20X. She was coordinating. I sent the booking confirmation to the chat so everybody knew the dates and the address. She said she'd handled the shirts this year. Fun ones. Good Kids Club. Ha! I typed cute and then sat there and stared at it for a full minute. I wish I'd listened to that twist in my stomach. Back in May, I had said no to something for the first time. My sister asked me to co-sign for a second SUV because of the 3rd row, for the kids. I said I can't do that. She went quiet and then said, "Wow." In June, my mom asked me to add her phone line to my plan just for a year. I said, "Let me think." And the next week, my brother called me cold. "Sis, Mom says you're changing." I thought about the word changing for the rest of the day. After I said no, I noticed we got left off little things. A cousin's sleepover happened with a photo posted the next morning, and Molly asked, was I asleep? At my mom's for Father's Day, they did pictures of Grandpa with his grandkids, and my sister called, "Just the grandkids, just blood. 1 second, Dahlia." I took Molly to the bathroom, and we counted the floor tiles. So on that Sunday in July, when my sister handed out the navy bags and said, "Good kids," it was not about printed shirts. It was about a line that had already been drawn and who they believed was on our side of it. I stood there with my hands shaking and realized I didn't have to stand there with my wallet open forever. The beach day was the following Saturday. The air was hot and still. I had no information, no time, no carpool, no bring aside. The group chat had been quiet after Cousin's Day. My text to my sister, "What time are you all leaving?" showed red receipts. No reply. Molly woke up and put on her swimsuit under her t-shirt. She made me a list on a sticky note. Sunscreen, towels, pretzels, juice, just in case, she said. Hope is heavy when it's 9 years old. At 10:00 a.m., my sister posted an album on Facebook. The first photo was all the kids in their rolled shirts, bright colors, white letters, Good Kids Club. The caption was exactly what it felt like someone had typed into my lungs. Family beach day with the good kids. Every cousin was there. My mom in her visor, my brother with a beer even though it was 10 in the morning, my sister, her tongue between her teeth as she took a selfie. The blue house in the background, not the big one we rent in August, but the public access strip at Westport with the little stairs. Their cooler was my old igloo that I'd loaned my brother. Their pop-up cabana was the one I bought last year because the babies got sunburned. I stood there with my phone in my hand and my stomach went cold. I didn't go to the comments. I didn't need strangers' heart emojis to confirm what I already knew. Molly came up behind me. She read the caption. She read it out loud slowly, the way she sounded out hard words. Family beach day with the good kids. She looked at me straight. No tears yet. Am I not good? Everything in me wanted to scream, to drive to Westport and stand on the sand and yell where everyone could hear me. Instead, I knelt down and hugged her. "You are perfect," I said in her ear. "They're not." She nodded against my shoulder. She didn't cry. She took the sticky note list from the counter, folded it, and put it in the little kitchen trash can. She walked to her room and pulled out the drawing she had made for Grandma and taped it to her own wall. I put my phone down. I went to my office, the small room off the kitchen, where I keep tax folders and a plant that tries its best. I opened my laptop. I logged into Columbia Credit Union. The family fund checking, N7761, had $2.943.28 in it. 2 auto pays were scheduled $250 to my mom's grocery card on Monday, $320 to Puget Sound Energy for my parents' house on Wednesday. The beach house balance, $5,400, was set to hit my personal card July 31st because I was an idiot who kept doing what she'd always done. I clicked Close Account. The site made me select a reason. I chose Account, no longer needed. It asked where to transfer the remaining balance. I entered my main checking. The page said, "Are you sure?" in a blue box. I clicked yes. It spun for too long. Then, "This account has been closed." I took a breath I didn't know I was holding and felt it land in my ribs. I opened my credit card app. I turned off autopay for Westport Rentals, LLC. I screenshotted the autopay canceled page. I forwarded the beach house confirmation email to my sister with 3 words. "Please take over." That was all. No lecture, no paragraphs, no curse words. Just please take over. I texted my mother separately. I have stopped all weekly transfers and removed my card from your utilities. I will not be funding any family events where Molly is not included. I deleted it twice and retyped it because my fingers wanted to add too many words. I hit send. Then I booked something for us. I pulled up a travel site. I put in Honolulu because when you're 9, all islands are one island, and Honolulu had the shortest flight with a direct option. I found a small condo 2 blocks from the beach with a balcony and a kitchenette so we could make cereal. Flight plus condo, 8 nights, $1,877.14. It was impulsive and it was too much and it was mine. I put in my card numbers. I got the confirmation email. I printed the voucher. Molly came back into the kitchen. I put the paper in her hands. Want to go somewhere where we make our own club, I said. She read it. Her face did a thing I can't describe without making it sound like a movie. She just got a light in her eyes. Does Hawaii have shave ice? She asked. It does, I said. My voice stayed level. Internally, I was shaking. I stood at the sink and let the faucet run because I needed a sound. The family fund closure took about 3 hours to be noticed. At 2:12 p.m., my sister called. I didn't pick up. The voicemail was loud and fast. What did you do? The rental payment bounced. Mom's freaking out. You can't just shut everything off. Call me now. At 2:19 p.m., my mother texted. You're punishing me for something I didn't do. We are coming over. I typed, please don't. I have a child to take care of. She wrote, we'll wait outside. They didn't actually show up. They like to threaten a scene more than they like to make one. At 3:06 p.m., my brother texted, you're being so dramatic. Grow up. I stared at those 2 words like they were trying to be bigger than they were. I put my phone face down. At 3:30 p.m., my cousin Danny texted me from a different thread. Saw the post. Good Kids is messed up. I'm sorry. If you want, we can bring Sam and Lily to hang with Molly tomorrow. I have the good popsicles. I wrote back, that would be great. And I meant it so much, it felt like a gulp of water. Someone was seeing it. Someone was choosing us. That evening, my mother called again. I answered because I didn't want it to be a game of not picking up. She started with, we need to talk about your tone. My tone? You sent a text like I'm a bill collector. You embarrassed me. The energy company was confused. I didn't embarrass you, I said. I kept my voice low because Molly was playing a spelling game on the couch. I sent a clear message. I'm not paying for things for a family my child is not part of. Oh, please, she snapped. You know Molly gets overwhelmed. We didn't want her to be uncomfortable. Then don't use my money, I said. Simple as that. You've changed, she said. There it was again. No, I said. I've noticed. There was a silence like a door closing. Your sister said you booked some trip, she said. Very showy. I booked a vacation for me and my daughter. We're going to eat shave ice and look at fish and mind our business. You're punishing the rest of us. Don't take the house away from everyone because of a misunderstanding. It's your house. It's your misunderstanding. You can call Westport Rentals and put it on your card. Well, we don't have dentist money, Dahlia. And the way she said dentist made me feel like she was spitting out an olive pit. I'm not your backup bank, I said. Good night. She hung up without saying it back. My sister went to Facebook that night. She posted a status. Some people forget where they came from. Some people think money makes them better than family. It got 47 likes. 4 of them were her friends from high school who post about oils and their small businesses. I posted photos from Hawaii when we went because I post photos from everything. Molly in a big blue inner tube. Molly holding a shave ice the size of her face. The ocean at sunset, all peach and gold. My caption was thin, just us. I didn't add anyone. I didn't tag. A friend shared it in a foster adoptive parents group. It did a thing I didn't plan and don't know how to predict. It got 89,000 likes by the end of the week. A woman in Oregon sent a DM. Thank you for protecting your girl. A man in Texas wrote, I wish my mom had done this for me. I turned off comments because the bigness felt like standing under a low bridge when a train goes over. I didn't want to make a symbol out of my kid. I wanted to keep one small circle intact. In the background, consequences kept happening. Westport Rentals left me a voicemail. We attempted to bill your card for the remaining balance and were unsuccessful. A second message to the group chat popped up from my sister. Whoever turned off the payment needs to fix it. I wrote back one sentence, I won't fund a family my kid isn't part of. She replied, so you're happy to ruin it for everyone. I didn't answer. Danny came over with Sam and Lily and a grocery bag with popsicles. We sat on my stoop. The kids chalked flowers on the sidewalk. Molly showed them how to fold paper cranes. I made iced tea, Danny said quietly. I told your sister to delete that caption. I told her it was cruel. I looked at her and felt a little less alone. Patients came and went. Marta stacked the morning charts on my desk with sticky notes that said, "Good luck on the root canal ones." In the operatory, I did what my hands know how to do. The rhythm of suction, the bright light, the feel of the explorer on enamel. I asked my elderly patient about her grandson's drum recital. I polished a set of teeth that have been coming to me for 6 years. I didn't bring my family into the operatory with me. It was the one place I could make things clean and neat and done. When we got back from Hawaii, my porch had a padded envelope from my mom. Inside was Molly's stocking from last Christmas. Her name spelled wrong in glitter glue. Molly. No note, just that. It made my throat close. Not because of the IE instead of a Y, but because of the way someone had dug around and decided that was the piece of love that could be offered. I didn't throw it out. I put it in a plastic bin with the baby onesies I kept because I can't help myself. We didn't go to the August beach house. They did. My sister put up a photo that first night, everyone on the deck sangria and solo cups. You could see in the background that they'd forgotten to bring beach towels to hang on the railing to dry and had draped jeans instead. The caption was something about family forever. I didn't look at the like count. I cooked spaghetti for me and Molly in our little kitchen. We put on a movie about a girl with a pet pig who surfed. We sat on the floor because that's how she likes to eat spaghetti. We laughed when sauce splattered and made little suns on the wood. In September, when school started, I hosted a small thing at my house, our own Cousin's Day. Except it wasn't cousins. It was Danny and her kids. It was my neighbor Mrs. TR with her granddaughter. It was Marta from my office who came with a tray of brownies that were more sugar than the structure. We set out folding chairs. I left 2 empty ones on the end of the row without telling anyone why. We did crafts. I had a stack of white t-shirts and markers. The kids designed their own. Molly wrote Team Us on hers and colored the letters in. She helped little Sam draw a dinosaur. I taped string between 2 chairs and clipped their shirts with clothespins to dry. The yard smelled of grass after it's been watered by someone who is still learning how to aim the hose. People sent texts. My brother once late at night, "We good." I wrote back, "We will never be the way you want." He didn't reply. My mom sent a photo of a pumpkin and wrote "Picking with the good kids." Then she unsent it and wrote "With the grandkids." I put my phone in a drawer for the afternoon. I made a rule for myself. I don't argue. I don't explain. I say my one sentence and then I go make a sandwich. It sounds dumb, but it saved me. When my mom called to ask if I'd split her car repair, because this is a big one, I said, "You're off my accounts." When my sister said, "It's not fair to take it out on the kids," I said I won't fund a family my kid isn't part of. When my brother asked, "So you just cut everyone off?" I said I took my name off. What should never have had my name on it. Molly taped her Hawaii postcard to the fridge. "Dear Molly, you are brave. Love, Molly." She wrote it to herself at the little table on the condo balcony, while a gecko watched us from the wall. I see it every morning when I grab the milk. It says more than any caption. At Christmas, we stayed home. I roasted a chicken. I set the table with 2 plates and 2 cloth napkins. I ironed because it felt like care. I put up the tree and let Molly choose where every ornament went, even if 5 were bunched on one branch. We had 2 empty chairs at the end of the table. I didn't announce it. I didn't post a picture of them. When Molly asked why I said, "In case someone good stops by," no one did. That was okay. We lit a candle anyway. We took turns saying a good thing from the year. Molly said the fish in the clear water. I said the way you laugh when you're not checking first. The navy tote bags from that day in July, the ones with the rope handles, showed up in a photo my sister posted in January. The vinyl names had started to peel. Vinyl does that if you wash it wrong. There's a satisfaction in learning what falls apart when you put it under heat. There's more satisfaction in what doesn't. My money stayed where my love lives. My daughter's picture stayed on our wall, the one she made for Grandma the beach and the smiling sun. The tape left little marks when she moved it to the fridge next to her postcard. I left the marks there. Not everything has to be painted over. Some things can just be seen. I didn't get a call from my mom on Mother's Day. Danny did. She invited us over for burgers and paper crowns. In her driveway, the kids drew a finish line in chalk and took turns running through it. Molly won every time because that's what they decided would happen. I sat on a folding chair and watched her cross the line with her hair flying and her mouth open in a laugh that didn't look for permission. If anyone asks me now, I say it simply. I wasn't angry. I was done. I didn't slam a door. I closed an account. And in the quiet that followed, I heard my kid giggle in a way I hadn't in a long time.